objects on display. Whether displayed in the context of a museum, a historic home, or art gallery, collections, and by extension, exhibitions of objects offer potent ways to reinforce their significance and status. According to Tony Bennett's thesis from 1988, the exhibiting system evolved from privately amassed and displayed aristocratic collections into a complex network of institutions known as the exhibitionary complex, which in turn were involved in the transfer of objects and bodies from the enclosed and private domains in which they had previously been displayed, but to a restricted public, into progressively more open and public arenas where through the representations. Throughout the early modern era and into the 19th century, as the aristocratic Wunderkammer evolved into what is now known as the public museum, objects and their classification were a point of interest. A 2017 Harvard University exhibition entitled Philosophy Chamber explores the desire to find and develop taxonomies of classification that go well beyond current disciplinary boundaries. The Learned Society of Extraordinary Objects, organized by Danny Clark and Clark Clerkin, and held at the Somerset House in London in the summer of 2017, is another recent exhibition that highlighted the abstract communicative power of objects, using the tropes of enlightenment, empiricism, and thirst for knowledge. By hiring designers to create brand new, commonplace items, this exhibition also emphasizes the institution's history as a hub of experimental and multidisciplinary thought focus on objects and their expressive potential. For example, British furniture designer and co-curator Carl Clerkin's broom in 2013, an ordinary bristle broom whose typical straight handle has been replaced with a circular hoop handle, is presented as a provocative manipulations of everyday objects. These items seize upon familiarity, ubiquity, and ordinariness in order to conjure more fanciful and imaginative images. Some of the objects chosen for display have invented provenances. Some are actual objects with real biographies. The linear handle on this new type of broom, which was designed for maximum functionality, has been replaced with a continuous loop, disrupting the traditional object and simultaneously challenging the user to determine and imagine how it might be used. The potential of objects to exert agency and directly challenge dominant regimes of power is the subject of Disobedient Objects, curated by Catherine Flood and Gavin Grindon at the Victoria and Albert Museum in 2014. This exhibition explored objects created in the process of enacting social change from the late 1970s to present, including graphic designs for protest.